So in my last video, I talked about some of the things that people actually hate about Fantasy Premier League, and there's plenty of negative comments around the game on that video. I strongly suggest you go and check that out if you want to read some of those comments. But I think it's time to go and bring some positivity back about the game of Fantasy Premier League. So I'm Joe from Fantasy Football Manager, and these are 5 things that people love about Fantasy Premier League. So starting off at number 5 is the community around the game. So you may well be watching this on your phone or while sat behind a laptop, and you may not be talking to anyone. But luckily enough, with this game, there is things to talk about with people from around the world. And that's the point of these videos, my channel as well, is so you can comment and interact, and we can basically talk about Fantasy Premier League, because ultimately we all need something to talk about. Another thing that people love about Fantasy Premier League is that it gives you the chance to be creative. Now, I love a pun, and ultimately if you make it a football pun, then Bebe, I'm yours. So not only can you be creative with transfers, with captain picks, but you also get to be creative with your team name. So there's plenty of examples out there which are pretty funny, and I'm sure you can come up with your own. So comment below with some of the funniest team names, and I'll maybe feature them in another top 5 video. Another aspect of Fantasy Premier League that people love is the fact that it's risk-free gambling. So there's lots of people out there who love a flutter, they love to spend money on outcomes they can't ultimately control. But with Fantasy Premier League, you can take similar risks, so such as transfers or captain picks, without risk of losing money. So I know there are paid leagues as well where you can put some money in with your mates and have your league where you are gambling as such, but you probably only pay once, and then you've got solid entertainment for 9 whole months. Happy days. So in at number 2 is the opportunity you have to show off your footballing knowledge. Now, people love to show off now and again, as you can probably tell from these videos. But with Fantasy Premier League, you actually get to use your knowledge to show off to your mates how good you are at knowing football. Now, as I said in the last video, there are people that just set up a team, forget about it, and then ultimately end up beating you, but that's rare, that doesn't happen too often. The majority of the time, if you pick your team carefully, get a lot of points, then there are plenty of avenues for you to show off your skills, whether it's through commenting on my videos, whether it's through Twitter, Reddit, whatever. People are there, they'll appreciate you showing off, so feel free to do it as much as possible. And in at number 1, my favorite thing about Fantasy Premier League is the fact that it makes every single game in the Premier League more interesting. Now, I am an Aston Villa fan, so honestly, I don't really have much vested interest in the Premier League anymore. I'll be watching a lot of Championship football, but with playing FPL, I will also be focused on a lot of games and actually be entertained by all of those games as well. So games such as like Watford v Sunderland, maybe I wouldn't have cared about a few years ago, but with Fantasy Premier League becoming more and more popular and more people playing it, the more opportunity to gamble and things like that, it's just a great way to then make every game count. And that's my list. Did I miss anything out? Comment below with what you think is the best part of Fantasy Premier League. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe, and feel free to follow me on Twitter here. I've been Joe from Fantasy Football Manager, and I'll see you soon.